So this video is going to be a little bit different. Normally when I give my first impressions, whether it's a demo or early access or even the 1.0 launch reviews that I normally do, it will all be scripted out and I read it. But instead, I thought I would give you guys my and my friends' raw reaction right as we're finished playing the demo. So in the background, you're going to see the gameplay footage of us playing together. It's going to be its own video of us playing together on my second channel, Excalligator Gaming, and instead you're going to listen to us talk about the game. Now, real quick, I'm going to give you just some highlights because, for one, my friend does have a raspy voice. It is a little bit harder to understand him, and it's not because he's sick. That's just how he was born. So I know it's going to be a little bit hard for people to understand what he's saying. So I'll give you the highlights real quick before we go into it. And also, for the first few minutes of the audio, you're going to hear a lot of rain. That's just from the game itself. It stops raining after a few minutes, and then you can hear us a lot better. I'm just giving you that heads up. So let's get into the highlights real quick, and then I'll jump into the audio. So I think that the game is pretty much a carbon copy of Palworld, of course, with its own unique look. There are magical spheres that act like the Pokeballs, just like in Palworld. You can assign the different pals or creatures to work on your base with different skill levels. You do have airships, which are a little bit different. There are villages you can find that have quests, which will unlock or reward you with different stuff. You do have a building hammer tool, however, it has terrible UI. Building things takes way too long. When you go to place a building piece, it also has a default to face a certain direction, and if you move at all, it defaults back, so it's really hard to place anything. Some creatures will grant you their special ability, even if they're not in your party at the moment, such as gliding. Now, the footage you're seeing right now is the intro. My friend actually did not get into the intro, even though he was the host of the game. And the last thing that I'm going to point out is that you cannot use anything while you're swimming in the water. So that's just my quick little highlights and bulletin points. Let's get into the audio itself. Okay, what are your first thoughts on this game?
It's like a carbon copy of Palworld that's they're trying to make unique by adding air travel to it.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot of the elements that they're taking is ripped directly from Palworld, with the way you capture these guys, which is a crystal that chose to capture a percentage. Although they made it a little bit unique, where it's like if you put it down, it's just down. Put it down, it's just down. So you can like lead them into a trap. It's more like a trap instead of like a ball you throw them. Yeah, and you can reclaim it. So it's like they tried to make it unique that way, but they have the beds, the feeding trough, they have assignments as workers in the thing, so those elements, like obviously, like I said, carbon copy of Palworld, but then they're like trying to make it different by making it so you can like glide and fly and eventually build an airship, which will...
Well, the gliding is not different. That was in Palworld. They had to remove it because Nintendo threw a fit.
That's right, it was. My mistake. Well, they're trying to add it... I was reading in that they're adding it in with, like, the air travel part. Like, that's your first introduction to air travel, and then you get the airship that you go to different islands with. And I like it when it storms, it clouds the map up, too.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I just checked, because I went to, like, look at the islands, and I couldn't see anything.
That's interesting. I wonder if that's remember how I said that it's probably like a ring of storms that you have to upgrade to get past to go to the outer layer?
Yeah,
that's probably what it is. But I think the building definitely needs work. The snapping is fucking terrible. I don't like that stuff takes so long to craft too. Like it takes like a minute to build the workbench. I think the UI in general just needs an overhaul.
Yeah, I can see that. There are points like, say, hitting tab, if you have something like already selected, like say you click something, you can't hit tab to close it anymore. It just like stays there. So because it's on, it's like when you're like tabbing down on a web page, it's like tabbing down like different items of inventory, and that's annoying. Because I like go to tab, eat food, and then usually I tab out to leave, but I have to hit escape and remember to do that. Building, it's similar to some games I've built with, so I'm kind of somewhat used to it. I can adapt to it. It's not that much of an issue to me. It is annoying at times. I had a weird thing where like my doorway when I tried
it's
to
not
like
the first game that's used a hammer with a building mode. It's just the way that you have to navigate through the building mode is annoying.
Oh, the navigation. Yeah, I was talking about like actually placing the structure pieces. So I was going to say, when I was trying to move my door, for some reason it got stuck in like a 90-degree angle. I couldn't figure out how to rotate it back upright again. So that was kind of annoying. And the controls are like mouse 5, mouse 6 to rotate, but they both rotate in the same way. And shift scroll, which shift scroll makes sense to me. Yeah, the actual menu is weird. And the fact that it like doesn't stick on the selection, it like goes back up to the top. So you have to like scroll all the way back down again.
Yeah, and the top is like defaulted to delete. And then you go to try to place something and it just defaults to like one like side. So you have to keep constantly rotating it. If you dare try to move it to get it in the right position, it defaults back to the original position again.
Yeah.
I think this game could be fun if they fixed everything, which they can. It's just right now this demo is not looking good.
Yeah, the framework is there for the potential to do stuff, but if they take it in the right direction, if they keep it where it is, I think it's only going to appeal to a specific group of people that like games with this type of building style or this type of combat or anything.
Well, it's not the combat style or the game style. That's fine, because we like Power World. It's the fact that the UI and just using the interface is terrible.
Yeah,
and a lot of the systems are clunky right now.
Yeah, because some people might like that, because some people are weird like that. That's why I say that. It might only appeal to like a specific small range of people as opposed to the broader range that they might be looking for. So they should look into mainly the building system, honestly. Maybe a bit of the UI and inventory stuff too. But the building and the UI are the two things they should look at now, along with expanding possible content. Although we don't know how long this demo, like what all you can do in this
demo. They still are going to come out, and it's going to come out into early access, just like all the other games that we've been trying demos of. So between now and the actual release, they can still fix everything, but I think they're going to probably launch the early access similar to this unless they take in feedback from the demo and completely overhaul what they need to. I don't like that I can't use the PAL abilities outside of combat. I liked in Power World you could just use them into the air.
Yeah.
I also don't like this in Power World either. I don't like requiring saddles to ride them. I think if you're like the level of the creature or whatever, you should just be able to ride it. Because it's like, okay, it's a level 50 creature, you're level 5, you can't ride it. But it's like, if it's a level 13 and you're a level 13, you should be able to ride it and not have to wait until level 40.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm fine with saddles being in it, but only if they do it in a way that like the saddle unlocks at the same time or roughly the same time where you would find the creature. Like, say, in this spawn area, you go up to like level 10, let's say, on average. You have someone like the stronger guys, level 17 and 19 there, but it's unlikely you would be able to capture them at level 8 or 7 at like the level we're at, right? So, say for like the deer guy, his saddle unlocks at level 7.
Oh, he doesn't have to be out to use them.
No, yeah, I found that out, yeah. He doesn't even have to be in your party. Mm-hmm.
Well, I have one in my party. That was interesting.
I had no one in my party, and I jumped and and it still like appeared. That's how I know that. But yeah, like say those deer guys are like primarily meeting dance.
He went back down once he looked.
No, it's still going for me. Yeah, those deer guys are primarily level 7, and that saddle unlocks when we're level 7. So that I can like understand. I like it, but yeah, I don't like it when like you like unlock the zebra guy in Power World, but his saddle unlocks at like level 40 or 45. That's just not fair. I don't like it when it's like that. When you can like easily kill him and capture him at like level 20 or whatever, and you have to wait.
You see these guys
Anyways,
yet?
I did, yeah. I tried to capture one, but he was in the water, and I could. That's another thing. Using stuff in the water, I didn't want that. Like I said, even if it was like a massive stamina drain, at least let us like throw capture balls when we're in the water. Like if one
these
of them,
motherfuckers keep spawning in the water, running into the water, and then it's like you try to chase after them, you can't do anything.
Yeah, like if they don't want you doing stuff in the water because they don't think it's realistic, that's fine. Just make it like a 25% or 50% stamina draw, so you can still do it, but it's just like at a high cost. That's like how I would see them offsetting it if they like want to limit your use of tools in the water, or just remove the limit altogether.
Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video with my thoughts as well as my friend's thoughts on the demo for Guardians of the Wild Sky. This was a bit of an experiment video, so if you do like it or if you have any feedback, please let us know. Again, I know that his voice is a little bit raspy and my audio was a little bit low at times, so I had to bump it, so the audio may have fluctuated a little bit. So I'm apologizing for that. I'll try to do better on that in the future if I do end up doing more of these. Until then, if you want to see reviews coverage of survival games, open world, and RPGs, please make sure you subscribe, like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Florida Gatorman out.